what are protected levels exactly? So in summary, they're just levels that once broken, the change hasn't changed. So if every single time there's a breaker structure here, right? You can mark that as a breaker structure. The high right here is a protected high. Yeah, that's a protected high, PH, because price broke structure. So whenever structure breaks, then the lowest point or the highest point is a protected level. So if price does break this protected high, then there's a high chance that we've already shifted bullish like that. Yeah, this protected high will just change to a breaker structure, and it will be it will be changed into a change of character. So this video is a bit messy, but if I mark this out like that, yeah, this is a clear downtrend, right? Once we have a clear downtrend, you want to identify the breaker structures. So breaker structure, yeah, another breaker structure here, and another breaker structure here. These are all bearish breaker structures to the downside, and all these highs are now protected highs. Protected high, protected high, and protected high. You wouldn't like this is where a lot of people do scale in. Like they scale in, they have a let's say a trade here, and their stop loss would be around the protected high because they know that once they get stopped out, the plan has already changed. We have now switched to a change of character to the upside. We're now bullish. That's only if the protected high gets wiped out. So that's why you see a lot of people take trades like this, and then they start scaling in like that, something like that, with a stop loss just above the protected high. But this is just the general idea. We can go more in depth with it in the future with FBOSS and liquidity grabs, because price can easily take out this protected high, right? Come into a supply zone here, yeah, and then reverse, go back down. So this would all be liquidity, but that's once you understood FBOSS. That's for downtrends. For uptrends, it would be the same thing. So let me get this pathway. So when we see a change of character, right? Let's say that and that, we know that price is now switched to bullish. But what caused the bullish up move? It was this breaker structure to the downside, right? And then that high, yeah, getting taken out. So before you see any of this stuff here, right, you would mark out this breaker structure, and then you would have this as a little protected high. This is more internal. But once that protected high got taken out, that would be a chalk, and this would be a chalk as well. And to confirm this chalk, right, this low needs to react off a demand zone. If it doesn't react off any demand zone and it does this, there's a high chance that this is just FBOSS liquidity and price just heads down again. But if price, the low here, reacts off a demand zone, then we would have a clear change of character with this being a protected low. Protected low. Because if price breaks this and breaks this demand, then we're just going to have a continuation to the downside. So that's how the protected lows work. And once we get this protected low, right, and price breaks the higher, this is just a weak high. You would mark this as a weak high. Yeah, you say weak, or you would mark it as targeted. Oopsies, targeted high. So where's the bottom? Top. Once we have these targeted highs, because we know that they're weak, we look for pullbacks into like a demand zone that the chalk created. So once price comes in, it will take a long entry, stop loss, protected low, right there, and then target would be the targeted high. This is an easy way of approaching the markets and buying in, taking profits. But generally, when this happens, when this targeted high happens, I would just move my stop loss to break even, because what ends up happening is this is a breaker structure, right? and then price will come down as a pullback to a demand zone that the break structure created. And then once it taps in, it goes up higher. And then you could eventually target this high. Yeah? Because you have all the confirmations to target this high. So you would catch it higher But this would be a double confirmation. So this is more valid for entry too, because if you didn't take this trade, but it reacted off, then you could have took the trade here. Yeah? Something like that. And then you target this high, yeah, you're still catching a 1 to 5. That's the general idea of double confirmation and also protected levels.